All right. Jacque and Volker, what's up, boys?
Yeah, nothing much.
Hello, hello.
So I have a question. This is a question I've been thinking about. I know I sent you a question, but I'm changing it because I want to get your honest take on it.
Perfect.
All right. So we are all three of us are strongmen, right? Who is your least favorite world champion ever? World's strongest man
Least
specifically.
favorite.
World's like your least favorite. Like, everyone talks about, oh, I love Kaz. He's the best. Magnus is the best. No,
Hmm.
it's Big Z. Who does everybody not like? Is
Yeah,
is there one? Ooh, it's a tough one, I
I
know.
don't want to
there
say
is one
that.
because there's a lot of. I mean, you cannot look past it at this moment because it's all over social media. I mean, the people don't
Oh,
like Mitchell Hooper too much.
oh, it's a
I mean,
current
I'm one of them.
it's a current world's strongest man. Okay. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
One of the things that I liked about growing up watching Kaz, watching John Paul is they weren't selling me testosterone. That's my favorite part about watching them compete.
yeah. They, I like,
For me,
especially.
for me, I don't like Mitchell Hooper too, but for me, on number one, to be honest, is Eddie Hall. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
he
I
was
get
ever
it.
the guy.
Again, I think I don't blame the men as much because a guy's going to try to make a living. That's a story as old as time.
Mm,
Problem is, social media has just kind of changed the ways in which you make that living.
Yeah,
Like in my view, you
sadly,
know
yeah.
what I mean? It's easy. It's so easy to get $1,000, make a 30-second video, and just it's the internet. There's so many things. Nobody cares. They'll move on to the next thing the next day.
yes, no, absolutely. I mean, use the
So,
tools if
yeah,
it's there.
I
Why
got
not?
you guys with that one. I knew I was going to get you guys with that one.
Yeah. I had to think a bit on that. I'm like, yeah, I actually I enjoy watching all of them and the strongman. I mean, the previous ones like Eddie Hall, I think phenomenal static lifter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you mentioned John Paul Sigmarsson, I enjoyed that guy. Yes, I mean, if you can't deadlift, what's the point of being alive? I mean, damn.
Speaking of Eddie Hall, I'll never forget. I think he did, it was like 2017, 16. He did the axle press world record. And I remember the way he did it, it was the worst clean ever. And then he just strict pressed it like butter. And
Yeah,
I looked at that
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh my God.
yeah, just pure muscle, just muscle that
yeah,
thing up.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, it took him like
yeah,
20
yeah,
seconds because, axle cleans are hard, especially world records. And then he just bloop,
yeah.
just like that. I was just like, come on, man. All right. So,
Absolutely.
let's get into what we're doing here, why we're doing this. We're not doing this just to have poke fun at people. Um, us three, we kind of met last year at well, I met you guys last year at the Ultimate Worlds in Fulda, beautiful Fulda, Germany. I met Volker a little bit before, but that was my first real, just getting to spend time with him. And I realized, it hit me very, very succinctly that we're brothers in strength pretty quick. We found it was a very common bond, and then it just grew from there the past year. And I think that being from Germany, being from South Africa, being from America, there's such different cultures and such different education and experiences that why not talk about it together and kind of just give people a view of a worldwide strength and what it's like. So that's kind of like what my thought was. We're here, coaching. I want to do some useful coaching tips, experiences, technique, all of it. If it's within our realm of expertise, I would like to talk about it and again, just talking. I'm not here claiming
Yeah.
I'm the only expert. I know you guys aren't like that. This is how we synthesize ideas and we get better, in my opinion. So, everyone watching, thank you for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Volker is gonna introduce himself first.
Yeah, man.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm really looking forward to this new episode, new chapter, you can say, in my life, because this will be really good practice for me to speak better English. But I always want to improve. So yeah, I'm Volker Bauer. I'm from Germany. First of all, my main goal is to just be a good human. Second goal was to improve in strongman too. So right now I'm world champion under 90, world champion under 105 in ultimate strongman. I did a few couple of world records. The most of was in Atlas stones, and I'm three times the German champion in 105. And right now in this season, I'm one of the strongest heavyweight athletes in Germany too. Yes, so that's where I am. I'm a coach too. I try to help people getting better, getting healthier, and that's who I am.
Hey, Volker. So first off, your resume is impressive. I don't care. I don't care who it is. You have a very impressive resume as an athlete. So I want to give you your flowers there. Two weight classes, three-time national
Thank you.
champion. Just the way you're stepping up to the heavyweights. I don't know if you guys know Jacques might because he saw me down at South Africa, but the reason I got invited to the Arnold Pro circuit was I did the Arnold World Championships as a heavyweight while I was a 105 competitor, and I placed top 10 2 years in a row. So I love seeing you guys step up to the heavyweights and show what you can do because that's what it was about. I knew I wasn't going to win. I'm not a heavyweight, champion, but I knew I could compete with them. So Volker, I love it. Who?
Yeah, listen.
So
That's
Volker,
you're one of the reasons why I'm doing it. You're one of the reasons, to be really honest, because this was the first attention I got you. It was I don't know how many years ago, but you were one of the first strongman I
I'm an old
followed.
man
I
now.
I look in the internet, yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, crazy. There is one because I'm not the tallest, and so you want to look strongman that are quite similar in height and everything. So and I saw you and I thought, okay, if he did it, maybe there's a chance that I can maybe in 10, 20 years do it too. So you were definitely an inspiration for that. And
Hey man,
still, I mean, I remember your forms, how fast you were against the weights. It's crazy fast. So there's still some really impressive lifts, I keep in my mind, and they keep pushing me, motivating me.
love it, Volker. Jacques, you, my good friend, have a resume. You're quite the resume yourself, and you keep adding to it. So let's talk a little bit about
Yeah,
where you come from and what you do.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm Jacques de Jager, yeah, from sunny side South Africa. Well, not today. Today it's cold. I'm wearing a shirt today. So so yeah, I mean, I started Strongman in 2019. That's also again when I saw you in 2019, like raking up the world titles like it's no one's business. And I came from a semi-pro rugby player. I wasn't that good, but I was not bad either. So, and then got an injury, got healed up. Then I had to find something competitive, something in the line of sport that I can challenge myself and so on. And then I started Strongman. I remember exactly 2019 is the year I started, and that's the year I saw you come to the Arnold's, and that was my first big show I did as a novice athlete. I was fortunate enough to win that competition. And I remember seeing you there. I mean, against who was it? Jerry Pritchard was there. Matthias Kiloskos. I met that guy. I was like, holy shit, this guy is a mountain. And then Anthony Fuhrman, and still, yeah, so keeping them on their toes.
I was the
Yeah, I
shortest, dude. It
was.
was so bad. I was at least like it felt like a foot shorter than everyone.
Yeah, most likely like 30 kilos lighter as well because they're heavy boys.
Yeah,
But
Alexi,
yeah, I mean,
Alexi was on his starting his tear at that time. He was competing in all the Arnolds and he was just killing everybody. I remember, yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Oof,
No,
memories.
that was insane. Yeah, no. So, but yeah, and then yeah, it's just continued competing. I have my goals. I won SA Strongest Man a couple of times now. This year, last year, 2023, 22 again. I won. Then 2023 is when we came to Arnold's. Then I saw Volker for the first time at OSG. Listening to Arnold's at OSG when we were there to compete. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I'm chasing some records also. I want some records like that 105 world record deadlift. I am gunning for that thing, so I'll most likely hit it next year. The way things have been going now in my favor, so we'll be ready for it.
I'll never forget what it was. the last time that record was like really, really pushed, I think it was like from the 2017 to 2019 era. It was Luke Davies, Yuri from Czech,
Yeah,
and it was Blake down from South Africa. They
yeah.
were just right raising the bar. Oh, I'll never forget the first time I saw them pull 400 kilos at 105. It blew my mind.
Exactly. And I mean, just just put yourself in my shoes. So 2022 Africa's, that was the second time Blake broke the record. He first broke it at 412.5.
Yep.
And then 2022 Africa's, I was competing against him that same year. And Max Deadlift was one of the events. And then I have to stand there and look at this guy pull 415 and me with a mere 370. Like, what the hell's happening?
Right.
It just breaks you down,
Well,
man. You have to
look,
compete against that.
little
It's not
perspective
human.
though. 370, that's basically what I pulled at the Arnold Pro when you were there.
Oh, okay.
So I mean,
Could be
look, I
heavier.
mean, yeah, you look, yeah, I mean, it's it feels light sometimes, but for 105s, that's pretty freaking heavy as it is. And then you push into that
Yeah,
400 kilo territory, and it's again, I have a hard time understanding how a 105 can do it because it's just I tried.
yeah, it's a different type of it takes a different type of animal, mindset as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, I've had some very strong friends I can call brothers that I learn from, train with them. I mean, with you and Volker, Blake, we share a lot of ideas around. So, and then I just apply it, test it, and then what works for me works for me. And then I just like, hey, if one moment you see my deadlift is here, next time, yeah, the pressing. Like, I mean, especially this year, competing against Volker in the World Championship, 105s, that guy, how he presses, I just look at him, I'm like, yeah, that's smooth. That's good. He just hits it one by one. I'm like, yes, this
Dude,
guy.
it's that strong Ukrainian blood he's got.
Yeah, yeah, most likely.
Dude, Ukrainians can overhead press with the back. They can overhead press, man. It's just how it is.
Anything.
So,
Yeah.
man, it just struck me in this chat. There's probably 10 to 12 world or national champion titles in this group right here.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good. That's
man.
pretty good. All right, so we talked a little bit about how we met. I know with me and Volker, I remember my first memory of him was OSG, I believe. We talked a little bit, maybe in socials, here and there, and we met up at OSG, and he brought me a German beer, and
Oh,
it's still sitting. It's still sitting. I haven't opened it. It's very special to me. It's something
Ah.
I'm always going to keep. I haven't drank it. I'm never going to drink it because I don't know. All the years I competed, I was competing for me. I wasn't competing to spread necessarily. And to see, that was the first time I really saw like a life I touched. Completely, I wasn't trying. I was just competing, but like Volker said, I look at guys I was looking up to and they touched my life in the same way because they showed me what could be possible. So that's how I met Volker and then Jacque. I don't know. We just kind of hit it off immediately over there in Germany. It was just kind
yeah,
of
in Germany. Must be the beer.
we were just I remember we were just in the back and you had a group of South African boys and I saw you guys talking. I was like, those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I saw you, I'm like, yes, I eventually get to meet this guy because I mean, two-time world record, world the strongest 105 OSG. Look, and OSG, that name packs a heavy weight. If you win that competition for 2 years in a row, you're not someone to mess around with. You are serious and you're strong and you know what it takes. So
That shit was
I was like,
hard.
I had to grab this opportunity. I need to talk to this guy. Let me pick your brain a bit. And then, yeah, here we are. I mean, work on a few things together, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, well, you guys,
Get
you
to
caught me in that transition
learn.
period of my life where I was post injury, post career, and I was going to school for my medical stuff, and you guys met me at the perfect time. I don't know how else to explain it. It was just very good timing.
Yeah. Perfect timing. Yeah.
So here's I'll give you guys what I saw in you, and then I want you to talk a little bit, expand on it with what each other in that. So with Volker, what I saw with Volker was because again, there's a reason you continue to talk to somebody, right? There's plenty of people I've been introduced to, and I just, okay, move on, move on. In video games, they're called NPCs. non-playable characters.
Yeah, yeah,
But I remember with Volker, I saw a little bit of myself. So weird to say, but again, just in how he was talking and what in the questions he was asking immediately, it wasn't. He was just trying to get better and learn. And like I remember, I'd always pick the brains of people I came across, even if I was joking. I was trying to soften them up so I could learn something from them. And Jacques, that's also something I saw in you when I first met you. You know, again, it was the desire, right? It's kind of a
yeah.
feeling you can pick up off people, you know, based off how they're moving and they're talking and stuff. So those were the two things. I mean, that right there, the desire was one thing that drew me to you guys.
Okay, yeah, just that's a good compliment. Like
I mean,
Thank you
I
so much.
believe I've always believed if you hang out with two world champions, you'll be the third one. That's it's
I mean,
facts.
hey, two of my former training partners are world champions too.
Yeah, you see, so I was like, I need
Camby
to,
and Dan Hughes.
yeah, yes, see. Yeah. So I mean,
Oh, didn't
I
know
wanted
that.
to learn
Awesome.
more. I wanted to know how you do it, what you did, get the blueprint because I'm a simple guy. I believe it's not very difficult to get very strong and athletic. I mean, just follow the basics. Like, I mean, the wheel was invented 6 million years ago. Well, not that long, but why want to change that formula? If it works, it works. So, I
I
mean,
tend to agree. Yes, sir. Volker, what about you?
Yes, yes. For me, it was the first time we met. Was not it was Clash in the Mountains in Norway.
Yes,
This was
that's
the
right. That's
first time
right.
we. Yes,
That
yes,
was before the
yes,
okay, that was before because OSG was the same year, wasn't it?
yes.
Okay.
I think even 1 year after it. I think 1 year after it. Yes, yes. Or maybe the same. I really don't know. But the first time was in Norway, and the what keeps me in my mind it was that, as you said, I feel that I had the feeling we're on the same level, just in a lot of things, because this was for me a really special year. Because in Germany, it's at this point the strongman sport was like we had like our laws put in the stones, and we give it to the next generation, and this was like this is how you need to train strongman. Here you get it, and every new generation coming in have the same rules. And I was the one that don't feel like what was on this on the scripts was right. Not for me. I don't say it was right for the time. For this time, it was the right way. But I had other thinking. Yeah, I was like in my mind because there was like traditions here. It was you can't train strong disciplines in every training. Oh my God, it's way too heavy for the body. You only once a week, and the other trainings need to be just pumping around, hypertrophy. That's everything what you need to do. And then I had a lot of questions in my mind because I train differently, the way differently than the most in Germany at this point. But I was not, for example, right now I have results. Yeah, I'm a world champion, and of course I can just relax and say, "Oh, okay, what I do, it works because just look at my results and you calm down." But if you don't have the results, it's really hard to keep in your mind if is it the right way or maybe the others are right. And you were the first athlete I met, and we have quite the same principle. Like we talk, I remember about waves. Like you told me. To just increase in a really short period of time, but you increase like you increase the weights, the frequency, the volume, everything. You increase everything what was not really popular at this point, but only just a short period of time. Then you rest, and then you have a competition, and you have like the wave the whole season. And this was something I realized that works for me too. And at this point, I don't have like someone that give me some feedback and say, yeah, that's the right way. Just keep going. And you were the first one that gives me this feeling that I'm on the right track. Then I had the second one, the second experience. It was Yuri, because it was like I think 2 years after it, and then we had the conversation, and he told me something similar. So basically, the end was the moment I realized, okay, all the really good athletes that do that that get some really high results I think the same. Or I'm not in the direction, so everything is going good, and I just calm down. So you were the first that just calmed me down and say, "Oh, okay, I'm not on the right. I'm on the right track.
That's
I just need to
so
keep
that's
Yeah.
following."
man, that's so amazing to me because I remember now. Yeah, you drove. I think you drove. What did you drive? 12 hours to weigh in, and you were. Yeah, that's where I first met you. Was the
30,
weigh in.
30, 30
Yep.
hours. I was
Yep.
because I'm coming from
Oh,
Dubai. To Dubai, it was I was competing in Emirates Strongest Man, and I was there for I was competing. This was my first competition where I did two competitions in a row. So basically, I had 10 disciplines, and I competed in the 105s. I had different weights, and then I competed in the open class, different weights. So 10 disciplines, and it was in the they want to do it in 2 separate days, but because they don't have so many competitors, they say, is it okay for you if you compete in just one competition? I say okay, but only if I have a little bit of time, because it will be hard for me just carrying 130 kg farmers and then immediately after that 140. If I have some other athletes between there, it's okay for me. And I say, yeah, okay, no worries. And then I got this competition. From 10 disciplines, I won 9. Only farmers walk. I did the second place in heavyweights. And then I come back, and I had only 24 hours to just get my car ready and just drive with the car 30 hours alone to Norway. And I don't have really money. It was I was studying in the university, and even this point, it was I think 1 year post COVID. The prices for fuel just explode, and even Norway and Sweden, they're really expensive countries for us Germans. So they're always more higher prices than us, and I just need to watch out with the money. So I sleep in the car for 2 days when I was on the road. Then I just come, do my way in, and then just go back to the lake. I have this really cool spot, and everyone on this competition called me from the competitors the savage, because I was coming like just with the car, sleeping in the car, just washing in the lake, competing.
I
That was
I
fun,
love
yeah.
it, dude. I
a
love it
very strong savage.
because look,
uh,
what will it take? Only you can answer that. What will it take to get to your goal? And that's what it took, right? And again, man, I just want to say this is why I will always talk to people about training because look, if I would have been a dick or just in a bad mood and not wanted to talk about training with you, we might not ever have this relationship. And
Yeah, yeah,
I
definitely.
think it's very that's why it's very important to when you accumulate knowledge to share the knowledge because that's how you build relationships and that's how you actually impact people. It's not selling you anything. It's
Yeah,
just helping, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
oh, definitely.
yeah, yeah,
With
absolutely.
when I met Volker in Germany, that's when I realized I saw this guy organizing, going crazy, running up and down. I was like, yes, this guy is a hard worker. So he knows what needs to go in. He knows what needs to happen. So I was like, yes, I need to talk to this man. I mean, I offered my help when I was there. I'm like, Volker, if you need anything to be moved, please. I know even Friday after weigh-ins, I helped out as well with Emmanuel, and then we helped, packing the weights, loading the weights, getting everything ready, carrying stuff from his father's side to the arena. I'm like, yeah, what else? What next? I mean, then I was ever since then. I'm like, yeah, no, I have big respect for Volker. I like to stay in touch with him, and I mean, we did. We keep talking. We exchanged some ideas. He came to South Africa. I fed him good. He went back. He won a few competitions. So, that's good.
You
Yes.
feel all right. Well, Jacques, don't sell yourself short. I mean, you organized an Ultimate Worlds and competed, and you worked your tail
No,
off as well. So hey, you
Yeah,
guys,
hey, like I said,
definitely, yes,
like-minded
yes.
people. Thank you.
yep.
It was not easy,
Yes,
but
yes.
hey, we made it happen. We made it happen.
Okay, so now we went over, kind of a little bit who we are, how we met, why we're here. Let's talk just a little longer into why we're doing this. Now, I can talk from my perspective of why I wanted to do this a little bit earlier. I just think it's an amazing way to bring different strength cultures together, to talk about training, to talk about strength in a positive manner, and just maybe try to impact some lives like we've impacted each other. That's basically it. I think that's my why I'm here.
That's awesome. Yeah, my why. So I'll start. My why is we all know. I mean, South Africa, we're strong people, but it's brute strength, you know. I feel if we can channel that into the right way of training and thinking, like Volker also mentioned, you know, the new generation, get them in a way so that we can train smarter and do this for longer and have be the best athlete or even human being you can be possible. You know, just that's what I want to achieve. Because with what we've been discussing and working on together has really affected the athletes I've been training, has been affecting my training in a very good way. Like I said, I mean, the guy who won SA Strongest Man yesterday, you know, it's one of my athletes. I help him with coaching, and
Hell
he
yeah.
did phenomenal. I
Awesome.
mean, you see, and it's just small changes here and there, doing the right things, you know, like moving out of that old school things, like Volker mentioned, you know, because I mean, time changes, you know, evolution happens. We've got very gifted athletes over here, and I want to help them go in the right direction and being the best they can be, you know, when it's in sports, strongman, strength sports, or even rugby. So that is my why, you know, is showing the people that listen, you can be a very good conditioned strength athlete and for longer, you know, without breaking your body, you know, having the strong guys like back then compete and ask them where they're now. They're sitting with, you know, sore backs and hips are not right, you know, replace knees and all that type of stuff. Like, look, I
Well,
say it won't happen, but there's ways of improving life, you know?
well, I think you raise a very valid point. I don't have any studies or anything, but I think anecdotally there are more strongman than not that, especially I'm talking when getting to the show, like the big level. It's a short career. It's just a short time span. You're up at that level for many strongmen. It's big. You know, you look at the greats. You know, Big Z. One of the reasons he's the greatest is because he was able to do it for so long. Even like Brian
Yeah.
Shaw. You know, he I would argue he actually had a very small window that he just dominated in because as he got older, it was pretty, but he was still world class. Like he wasn't weak. You know what I mean? So
No, no,
it's hard to
definitely.
say.
Yeah.
But you know, Eddie Hall, you know, he got to the show, won the show, and he had to get the hell out because of his injuries. Look at Matusz Kilikowski. I love that guy, but you know, injury.
Yeah.
Rob Kearney,
Injuries.
Alexi, Mitch, you know, Mitch is going through it right now. It's the one thing that we haven't figured out is how to push that human potential and be a healthy, happy man. We need to figure
Yeah.
that out,
You
you know?
know? Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. I mean, that's trial and error, I suppose. But that's why I enjoy working with you and Volker and you know sharing the ideas. So that's my why. You know, so we can have a couple of more rhinos running around there in the international
Let's go.
scene and causing havoc. You know, when the
Well,
South
again,
Africans rock up, they know. Oh
it's
shit, it's
because
gonna
you
be a
guys are
tough comp.
athletes. He was a rugby athlete. You're a rugby athlete. Athletes do better at
Uh,
strength sports because it's
Yeah.
still a sport, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What about you, Volker?
Yeah, my why, and I think in general, it's basically for all of us because I love improvement. Doesn't matter which kind of improvement, and I think all of us we love improvement. Yeah, I think this is something in us we just see potential in different ways. I don't mean potential like being the best athlete in the world, even potential to. We see unhealthy. Athlete or doesn't matter unhealthy humans or something he's just what makes his life harder and we see potential to help him we see potential different ways and we just have this feeling this drive because if we don't have this inside of us this burning flame we wouldn't do so much work for it and to be just continuously motivating push into this work. So it's yeah, in different ways. I just love to see, especially like yesterday. I was on the head referee in a competition. Like it was beginners, newcomers. They just a little one level more. Like this 3 league system here in Germany. So it's like third league. They just start to doing their first steps in strongman and. in my I just can't switch it off. Yeah, I see an athlete and I just see how he's doing the overhead medley, and in my mind it's just, oh, okay, you can improve this, and then I just in my mind I just do like a pyramid. Okay, on first level, first you need to improve that, and my mind is just
Gotta lay
working.
the foundation. They have to have a strong
Yes,
foundation.
yes, and not only on
Yes.
like to get a stronger athlete or better athlete, even in health. Yeah, I see just because it's going. This is when I do my first steps in the university and I'm studying like health and like physical therapy and everything. So and in my mind, because we had in the university really hard separation between health sports and performance sports, and in my mind was just always why I need to separate this. That don't make sense because I feel always that if uh, it is possible to be like a really good athlete, really high performance athlete, but the question is how long, because then you just scrap out all your resources, all your health resources, and this really short period of time you can hold this performance. And the base always in every performance sport will be health. So if your health is really strong base, you can build a long career. And if not, then not. And so there's like a bridge always in my mind between health sports and performance sports, even the bridge on the other side. So what I feel here in Germany is like health sports, just like, okay, you have like you have people that need to improve their back health, yeah, and you just throw 10 exercises. They're all good, and but you can't really say the therapist can't say this is good for that, this is good for that. He's just doing 10 exercises and one of them will help them. So, and there is no like what we love in performance sports to have statistic, yeah, to see, okay, last week I did this weight for this repetition, next, no structure. Yeah, there's like, it's good, but there's still in health sports, there need to be structure. There need to be like a clear improvement that you have a progression from week to week to week. I don't feel it that much, and I think there need to be more character from the performance sports and health sports too, so they help each other.
Yeah, I think I actually came around to that with I started thinking of it as a tax. You saw, I talked about the strength tax, and I looked at it. It was okay. What are we doing when we're training? We're trying to get paid with strength. That's our income when we're lifting weights or performance. That's our income. Now, across the world, no matter what you do, if you make income, you got to pay tax on it. But there's always ways to minimize the tax so that you can keep most of your money and you know what I mean, let it roll over to next year. And that's kind of how I frame it to people to get them to understand what you're talking about is whether it's health, whether it's performance, you're still trying to improve. You're trying to get something out of it. And that's the mindset you need to have is, all right, I need to get my knee better. I don't need it to do the same thing every day. I need it to do better, stronger, faster, more reps. So you have to do that in order to get it. It doesn't just come to you. So I think that's a very good way to put it is we can learn a lot from performance, athletics, sports, strength, and apply it to a wide range of people. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Yeah. That's strength tax. That's a very good way of explaining
Yep.
it. If you mess up, it's gonna tax man's gonna knock on your door.
It's
You're
sometimes
gonna be
yeah.
hurt.
And the tax man don't care how much he takes. He's just going to get his.
He needs it.
So,
Yeah,
all right,
I
that
hear
was
you.
good. I really like that. So let me ask you guys, what are you training for now? And when I say now, let's do the next month or two because we're going to be doing this every couple weeks. So we'll start with Jacques. What's on the horizon for you both as an athlete and coach in the next couple months?
Oh yeah. So for the next couple of months, as an athlete, I want to rest a bit because I've been quite busy for the last 2 months, doing some big competitions. Like yesterday, I competed in the SA Strongest Man Open division. I placed third. You know, my body wasn't that great when I entered this competition. It was a last minute decision, but the guys are strong. I knew there was a few guys going to give me some headaches, but it is what it is. The guys are strong. They proved that why they open class. So me, as an athlete, just rest. And as a coach, I have there's two athletes. I want to there's a project. The one athlete's working on the truck pool. I want to get him to be as conditioned as possible because they are pulling a truck for, let's say, roughly 1,300 kilometers from Centurion to Cape Town, and it's a whole team of people. So and he's in that team. So I want to get his knees and hips and legs ready to, like, pull that truck nonstop without him, you know, burning up too quick and all that type of stuff, or getting hurt or stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I have a master athlete I want to work close with. He is very close on winning the titles. So there's a few things we need to tweak a bit, but we saw that at the previous SA Strongest Man where he competed in the Masters. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, I'm just, and then I want to rest, still do my rehab work, and still move because the competition for me, there's one left for the year. So it's Africa's Strongest Man. But we'll see how that goes. I'm a take it one step at a time type of guy,
Yeah.
like plan the stuff out, but let's see how it goes.
Good. Hey, man.
Yeah,
You need body needs rest, and athletes. It's a perfect time.
absolutely.
It's a perfect time to spend that time resting, also helping others, like you're planning on doing. I think it's a great plan.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you, Volker? What do you? I know. What do you have a competition tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day?
No, no, no,
He's
no.
driving
So
from comp to
first,
comp here, this guy.
no, 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 no. So first, it's a really smart plan, Jack. That's really good. I understand you completely, and yeah, for me personally, next weekend will be the finals for the Germany Strongest Man in the heavyweights. Um, so we have like 4 competitions, and you get it's like a league system, 4 row competitions where you just compete.
I love that. By the way, I think
Is that
that
is
type.
that the final, ne?
Yeah, the
Yes,
finals.
yes, it will be the
It's the
finals.
finals.
Yeah, so and you
Woo!
get from every competition points, and in the finals you get twice the amount of the points you get in the other competitions. So it's a little bit harder from the disciplines, and it's more 6 disciplines on 5. Right now I'm on third place. First place is Paul. Some of you maybe heard of him. He won yesterday the SACL Ireland. He did the new
That
world
was
record.
him.
Yeah, he did the 230 Edison for 3 reps. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We really.
So that's
He placed all the on second place in Germany, and so he was like a little shallow, you can say. But especially from last year, he did pretty good job in the ACL. He competed, but he won the triple in championship. It was South Africa. Yeah. No, it wasn't. I think the year before it was in South Africa.
Volker,
But
your internet is killing me right now. I'm not gonna lie.
it's
catching.
It's a little choppy.
oh, okay, okay. Sorry. Typically, I have
Oh, it's better
good.
now.
Oh, it's better now. Yeah, it was weird. As you were talking, it started breaking up, and I was like, like pretending I heard you. Ah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Typically, I have good
So
internet.
so
I don't know what.
so the guy who won Ireland ACL, is one of your competitors in the final now?
Yeah, who is
Yes,
that? Who is that?
yes. Yeah,
Yes.
Patrick Eiber. He's really strong. He's
Yeah.
been competing a lot in Strongman Champions League already this year. He won a couple of competitions. He's the world champion in truck pull ACL. Um,
Yeah.
and we will
I,
have truck pull as a
did you know?
discipline.
Did you know I did an SCL show?
Which one do you do?
I did it 2019, the Finnish Open in Finland.
Oh,
Wow, awesome! I didn't
that's
know that.
awesome.
Awesome,
Yeah, I competed. I came in like
Yeah.
fifth or sixth. Ivars competed.
great,
Man,
great,
he
great.
was good. Mika Toro was competing, and he
Yeah, yeah,
surprised
yeah.
me with how good he was. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, who was the other guy? He was a Lithuanian, not a Lithuanian. Irvin Toots. Irvin Toots.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
Urban
he's
Toots.
good.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
remember that guy? Yeah, he was real strong. And I remember, I'll never forget. We were done with the car deadlift, which I did great on. Americans could deadlift. Um, and Ivars went outside and smoked a bunch of cigarettes, and then came in and beat me in the loading medley, which I thought I was gonna win.
Crazy.
You had
It
to,
was crazy.
so you had to just replace that oxygen with some nicotine, and then you get a different animal.
I'm pretty sure they were cowboy killers too, Marlboro Reds.
Oh my goodness.
It was cool. And I
Cowboy
remember
killers.
that was like a big introduction to like that Northern European style. Like in the back tent, they're all putting the horse cream all over their legs because their legs are sore. And I'm just like, what is going on here? But yeah,
Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
I competed.
crazy,
Yeah, I
man.
competed at SCL once. Yeah, that's cool,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Know that.
so
Yeah, so
Volker, yeah, good luck
basically,
with that one, eh?
Volker,
thank you
you
so
know
much.
what, dude? I love your country setup for their series to the league because it makes it a league. It makes it
Yeah.
something that people can get invested in because they follow the athletes through the season. Man,
Yeah.
I wish we had something like that in America. Oh, the sport could be
Yeah,
bigger if we made it a league instead of whatever the hell we're doing, you know?
Yeah. I think
yeah,
that makes
that's
way more sense to give someone the title that he's the strongest of the country because he needs to prove in all competitions how good he is. I think this is the most what makes sense, yeah.
I agree. And that would take a lot of the, oh, well, he had a good day, or oh, that
Yeah.
person wasn't there. That's why he won. Like I
Yes,
used- I hate
yeah,
when people say that because when you're an athlete, you have no control over who's there.
of
Like
course.
look at like Evan Singleton, he won strongest man on earth. And to this day, people go, oh, well, Mitch wasn't there. Well, who else wasn't there? Martins or I don't know, whoever, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
it's like,
But
dude,
I know.
yeah, Reno wasn't there. And it's like,
Yeah,
man, he can't control that. All he can control is beating the shit out of everybody that was there. Like,
Always
exactly.
when some athletes telling me that, I asking them the question. I say, okay, yeah, you're right. He was not there. He was not there. But what do you want from me? Should I step in the car and pick him up from home and bring him to the competition, or what was my part of this?
let me put it this way.
Exactly.
I
They
think
know when the comp was and where,
I
so
think
do it.
Yeah,
this is a true statement. You will not find a strongman world champion that has ever said that. Like the only people that bring up, oh, X, Y, and Z wasn't there, are people that never won anything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Might strike a nerve there with some people, but
I'm
it's
just saying,
facts. It's
if
truth.
champions don't
Yeah,
fucking complain that much,
exactly.
it is what it is, you know.
Exactly. It
So,
is what it is.
dude, awesome. That's awesome, Volker. I think you are going to kill it, and I think that you doing this again, I talk to Jacques, stepping into that open, showing people what you can do, proving this is how I do it. Look, and I can still do what you do, but you can't do what I do.
Yeah. That
Thank
conditioning, so conditioning, that's one of the things I've been focusing a lot lately. Getting
Okay.
the athletes to be conditioned
Yes.
because that carries over into keeping strength, not losing strength after event 2 or event 3 when you are gassed. Like, static events compared to moving events. You can give everything at static events. Come your moving events, you have nothing left. There must be a balance. You need to be conditioned so you can carry that straight through.
I'm a firm believer that with that conditioning too comes your ability to recover after the event. You recover
Yeah,
quicker, you
definitely.
recover
Yeah.
better. And
Breathing.
if you recover better, you look better. And if you look better, everyone else is worried because they're suffering and you're not. It's
Yeah,
it's a
Yeah,
little bit of a
no,
mental game. I remember OSG, my first world title, 2018 weigh-ins. You've been to big weigh-ins. Everyone's in their sweatpants. I've got their water. They're like, ugh. I
yeah,
wore a
yeah.
three-piece suit, and I was just like,
What was that? A
I was
tie, a
walking around.
jockey, and socks. What 3-piece suit were you wearing?
No, dude, it was like slacks. I had a vest and a tie, and I had some. I did my hair up that morning, and everyone's sitting there,
Oh,
like coughing and sad, and I'm just like, what's wrong, guys? It's just a weigh-in. So I started messing with
oh
their
man,
mind before the competition even started.
yeah,
awesome.
nice.
I love.
Yeah, because you showed up ready. You showed up ready.
And you know what? If I'm suffering, you're not going to see it. I'm suffering,
Yeah,
and I'm not going to let you use that against me. So
yeah.
that
That's
was
right,
just
man.
that little killer instinct I had when I was competing.
I
You have to
love
have it. I mean, it's
it.
at the end of the day, if that whistle blows, you know what needs to get done.
So all right, so this was solid, boys. I think people get a good view of why we're together, why we're doing this. Um, so what are we going to do with this? That's my question to you guys. Like what are you wanting in the next we'll say next couple months, what message are we wanting to really get out there to kind of kickstart this?
Volker?
So yeah, I think we're already doing all this, especially you. If you're looking into your stories, just to put a lot of this bullshit around, because I think we all the same. We don't think that there is something really, really special exercise or really special supplement or really there is no specials. It is just hard work, consistency about a lot of years. There are little changes over the years, some little new things that coming up from the science or experience. It is like that, but they're really, really small, and the base is just really simple. And I think this is something we need to push more into the forward, because all these scammers, all the people they want to try to make money, it's all money making. Yeah, of course, if there's a coach and he's tell him in the role of he's different, because if you because every athlete is looking for this different type of coach, but it is like Chuck said, we have a wheel and it is the wheel. So there are a lot of things we can't change. We need just to focus on the
Yeah.
base. I
Yeah.
think just put all these bullshit around is will be a good
Well,
impact.
to that point, I think it's very important, like you said, there's tons of things that can help. Like there's one thing I tell people, so I work with high school kids, athletic training, and there's athletes and they get hurt and they come up to me, hey, should I do this? Hey, does this work? And a lot of times I go, do you know why there's 10,000 things you could buy for one problem? It's because they haven't figured it out how to fix it. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why there's all these different
Yeah.
things. And what we do know is there are ways to do it without having to spend money. And that's the beauty of the human body and how we were created
Yeah.
is we're
Yeah.
self-sustaining. And I truly do believe that. It's about the knowledge we can acquire to enhance our bodies. And,
Yeah.
as you referenced, Volker, I am not happy with the current state of fitness and health and all the people coming in trying to make a quick buck. And I love that we have I think there needs to be good people doing good things for the right reasons. I think just that right there is enough to help change.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But you,
Definitely.
Jacques, oh, you got to follow up
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah, well, I want to get the information out there and grow the strongman community in South Africa because it's not very big. By big, I mean if we have um, 30 athletes in South Africa actively competing, that is the whole strongman group in South Africa. I mean, we have 60 million people. Only 30 do strongman. Are they afraid of it? Do they get the wrong message? Because we have a very big powerlifting community. I kid you not. That's it's
Yeah.
it's it's scary to know
Well, you
how
guys
many
are
powerlifters are
dominating.
out there.
For only having so many people, you guys are doing pretty well at the world stage. And that to me, that's a
Yes.
good indicator of the culture and talent. It's there.
So
It just needs to be cultivated.
exactly. So I want the message to get out there clear. As much use this platform, use this what we do every second week. Get information out there. To show the people that strength training in general, it's fun, it's good, it's healthy, it's a fountain of youth. Like I said, I mean, people look at me like, yes, so how do you get like that? I mean, well, I've been training for 17 years. I know if I don't look like this by now, I should have stopped long ago and do what I do. But I want the information to get a message out there. Like, listen, it's not serious. We do take competition serious when we prepare for competitions. And then also there is smaller competitions it's fun. It's good to mess around with. Like the demos we have here in South Africa. Like now, next weekend. In the West Rand, we have a demo with the TNT group. We have myself will be there. The guy who won SA Strongest Man yesterday, he's gonna be there. We're gonna be open for the crowd. Like come, just feel this, do this. We can show you what to
All
do,
of you
show you how
watching,
to do
all of
that.
you watching in South Africa, make sure you go see the TNT demo with Jacques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I want. Information, getting the right information to the people so that they understand. Like this is what it's really about. This is how it is. It's not this like, you have to be enormous. You need to be fat. You need to instead to look to do the stuff that you can do, the guys you see on TV. Like, no, you just have to do the right stuff at the right time, and that's what I want us to do and use and teach the people. If I,
Perfect.
my English is running out, so my brain process Afrikaans to English
No,
is
you guys, you guys are doing amazing, by the way, with the English. You guys are killing it. I think, again, that's a beauty of what we're doing is we're able to communicate that a lot of people aren't across the world. You know what I mean? So let's use that to
yeah.
our advantage. I think it's awesome. And also, you're why what Jacque is going to lead me into what I want to do for next week. I have an assignment for all of us, or not next week, but the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We are going to get together and we're going to talk about our own individual training, what worked, what didn't over the next 2 weeks. And I know Volker, you're deloading into a competition, then recovery week. I think that is going to be very good to talk about. Jacque, you're doing a bit of a more traditional deload. And then I'm doing my old man, retired strongman. I need something to motivate me. Deutsches Volumen training. And
Awesome. Sounds great.
I think that's a good way. Come back. We'll talk about what we're doing, what we thought worked and what didn't, and we'll talk about why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
That sounds good. We can do that. I'm excited for that because my training English is better than speaking English
I think you
like
guys,
on,
I think you
on
guys are
stuff like
doing just
this.
fine. I think you guys speak as much English as most Americans do, so no big deal.
I think you did
Yeah.
the best job from us. Your English was the best. You get this prize for the best English.
It's because I read books. I think taught me a lot
I
of
need to
words
read books.
when I
I
was
need to
really
read
young.
books.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that covers it. I think that was a solid first episode, boys. I will
Yeah.
go ahead and edit it and get it up. We're gonna do this on my YouTube page until we start getting
Please, yeah.
enough views, and then we'll create our own page if we have enough people watching it.
I
Sounds
like
awesome.
that. Let's do that.
Cool. All right, boys. Well, everyone watching, I would like to thank you. This has been the unnamed podcast, or whatever you want to call it, because we don't have a name yet. We're just kind of getting together and figuring it out.
Unknown.
Unknown. So like, comment, subscribe, share, tag, and we'll see y'all in a couple weeks.
See you. Thank you so much.
Cheers.